And now, in the studio, I am talking with Michelle. So he's providing the male voice to this subject, this very important subject. Okay. And then, before the break, I was mentioning feminists that, marriage really has been discouraged by feminists. And I guess it's because of feminists influencing women. They have seemingly changed, at least the younger generation have. But that is bad because that is the generation that at the moment should be getting married at the marriageable age.
What is the marriageable age?
Well, if you want to start a family.
What is the age?
Okay. It would be in your 20s and 30s. For a woman, after that, it's really pushing it.
Really? So 20s, 30s or?
30s. I mean, above that, look, woman biology is a definite window of time when it closes. Yeah. So
I recall in some generation, well, not generation, some civilizations, women had to marry as soon as they could bear children. So 12, 13, they were marriageable age.
I mean, I guess at that time as well, there was
kids.
It's also, I guess, happened a lot with royal families and pushing for political alliances back then.
Yeah.
So that's a bit different.
Put my volume up a little bit. That's much better. Thank you. That's it.
Yeah. Okay.
I couldn't hear myself. So.
Okay.
I hope everybody else could hear.
I can certainly hear you. But okay, if that's better.
No, that's much better. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
it didn't have to be just kings and queens, but it was everything. Tribes, villages,
and everyone tended to marry
as
young
soon as they
back
had
days.
As soon as they had a daughter in the family, well, we have to find a husband for her. What do we do with her?
Yeah.
And it was the days of dowries and having to give families money to take their daughter,
which I don't get. I don't get it
because see. Again, we go back to the days of the men are the hunters.
Yeah.
They could actually bring food. They can provide. They can do all these things.
Yes.
Girls at the time couldn't do anything without a man. So they could be the partner.
So but actually, hang on. By saying that, by doing that, you are actually saying that woman is nothing but a burden. She's actually not an asset.
I didn't say that.
No.
But the
practice is.
The practice was, no, she was not a burden. She's
then
not a burden.
Why do you have to pay a guy to take her?
Because at the time, boys were valued more than girls. It's simple as that.
Okay, did the girls have any value at all?
Sure. They became a wife somewhere.
Okay, but then it's a case where, come marry me. Okay, warm my bed, bear my children, cook and clean for me, and the privilege of doing all that, you better pay me because I have to give you some food to eat.
You're becoming a feminist now.
Where is the equity in that?
You're becoming a feminist.
No, I am a true feminist.
I'm
a true feminist is that women are not the same as men. Okay, absolutely not the same men, but just as important. As it's saying, and this is where I can't believe it. I see all these feminist women saying, "Don't take his surname. You do not want to be property," anything like that. But when they want to marry, they run back to Daddy. Daddy, I'm getting married, so pay for my wedding. Oh bloody! If he loves you, why don't you get your husband, your fiancé to pay for it?
Well,
if a guy wouldn't even put out a dime to marry you, should you be marrying him?
So ironically, let's change a little bit. In Islamic society, when a girl marries, the husband-to-be puts money down and also puts money down in case he leaves her.
Yeah.
He has to give her money.
So this is kind of like whether or not he leaves her, he still has to give her money. At the wedding.
To start with, whether it's gold, whether it's physical cash, whether it's an account, whether it's whatever. So that's how it starts. And there's always what we call something at the back end, in case the marriage breaks down. Because, in Islamic society, theoretically, he can say, I divorce you, I divorce you, I divorce you 3 times. And literally they're divorced. Even though you've got to go through the law and whatever. Yeah. But still, religiously,
it's always hanging over her. She's more vulnerable.
They have to provide for her.
Yeah.
So in other words, when he leaves her and dumps her, this is between brackets, I'm saying the word dumps her, he has to give her something to survive.
Yeah.
And that's, yeah. So,
because that society, I guess, because she couldn't earn money, right?
Well, yeah.
It's very difficult for a woman to earn money in this society.
Not just simply earn money, but survive without a man providing. Yeah.
And also, I guess even socially, difficult for her to get around without a man and that sort of thing. And and in standing in society is affected without her without a husband.
Absolutely. Yeah. She becomes a widow and then she's, a
divorced, a dumped woman.
Divorced, a dumped woman. Sorry.
Yeah. So, I guess that's it. Yeah, this is the thing I don't get with with Indian and Western society. How the woman's family has to pay the man because the man has to feed her. Because, what you're really saying then, she has no value. She's nothing but, actually, not even no value, nothing but a burden.
No, she's not a burden because she obviously has to provide at home. She cooks, she looks after him. The man
but why do you have to compensate just to be fed if you are also bringing value? You see? You're
not getting an argument from me. I'm telling you what they do.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that it makes no sense to me. Just like in Europe before, the house or this country wants to marry off their princess to a ruler of the other country.
Yeah,
they've got to provide
a
dowry, that sort of thing. And so basically the guy has to be paid to marry her for the alliance.
Yeah. And they did that also in Arabian tribes, in Asian tribes.
It's the other way around. I'll tell you.
No, in Arabian tribes it was like that.
Yeah, Arabian tribes, I'm just saying, but no, like not in China. Well, in China, they had a tributary system. I was saying.
Okay.
Yeah, where where the most important, all the other countries paid tribute to them. Or back then, even had Korea or the other little countries, Vietnam, I think maybe even Japan paid it, or Mongolia. And in return, Chinese princesses were married off to them to keep them happy, have the connection.
Oh,
okay. Because it was considered great honor and privilege to be able to marry a Chinese princess. So she's the value, as she is. So when people say talking about misogynist society, really... and Westerners looking down at other cultures saying being misogynist, really think about it. The woman has value.